So yes, of course, this morning, as to be rightly mentioned, we get different topic of discussion. But to start with, we'll go for a can talk to the National Secretary General of the All People's Congress Party, APC, winner lawyer Lansana Doumbia, on the ongoing peace and national cohesion talk and party activities and governance. And then later we'll also continue with the conversation on governance, democracy, and also United Nations General Assembly, we're now ongoing right now within the US. And then we'll also talk about parliament and development, among other things, this morning. But to start with, of course, we're in the studio. Good morning and welcome, lawyer Lansana.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say how do to viewers and cabo to the one them way the work now we don't mess me up.
It's a pleasure having you. Yes. Of course, in previous conversation, we get lawyer Timbo. We can discuss some issues. So I'm going to go continue from there. Ebi actually made mention about the party being open up for any dialogue session and all these things as in a way of seeing how we could try for build a cohesive nation and all these things. Has there been any dialogue between the party and whomsoever?
No, we don't engage in any dialogue with anybody whatsoever. What you make in tell is that we get certain moves towards that, towards dialogue. We get the Commonwealth being calm, as soon as being aware. A good number of people, government officials and other people, you know, try for embellish the proper narrative where it happened. And this now they disrupt Salon. Let we call black, black, let we call white, white. Commonwealth calm for calm, engage we, ask we, waiting at the way forward. I mean, if we are keen to any dialogue or any negotiation with regards to the stalemate within the country, as the president, BO himself say, it's a stalemate. So we tell them, say, the APC as me comrade Timbo been telling her, I mean, it will only be a fool for let somebody can talk to you, even if not somebody where you class as you enemy. For say, the one can talk to you, then you say you know one for talk. You don't know what you want for, can't tell you it. So the APC open to any dialogue, anybody who can talk to APC. We open for talk to people for the development of this country, because I think say one of the primary motive or goal where any political party forget now the interest of the people and the development of the country. Now very, very important. So if anybody come to we for talk about development and for save the soul of this nation, for save democracy, we welcome the person with open hand. But if you come for say you want for let we destroy the country, you want for let we try for fuel democracy in the country and try for destroy people and livelihood, destroy people and life, and the APC will not go for that kind of discussion, will not go for that kind of dialogue.
So, you know, the issue about dialogue and meeting, we wanna get, like you say, the Independence Commission, they refer to say as a start of a dialogue process. We wanna see just engagement. Waiting at the trust of the meetings and the wanna get with the ECOWAS, Commonwealth, and the Independence Commission for Peace and National Cohesion.
Initially, the Peace Commission approach we not the one talk to them initially, because we feel say waiting up on this country not a story. If not within a history book you read, maybe you go say you believe him, you not believe him. But this is happening now. We on time, we on life. We come out from the census, we go to the PR system, we all know what happened, and nobody not even raise any voice. And also the media houses, you know. I'm gonna try when I bring people there, when I discuss either sides, maybe sometimes when I want to refrain from, you know, saying taking that side or that side. But it good for make media houses, civil society, and other players, key players will like Salon. When you see black or something they go wrong in the country, sometimes people may not like it, but you have to say it. And I can say this: me, the National Secretary General of the APC party, and maybe now that I don't raise myself to a kind of level, but maybe I'm a different kind of politician. And not mean say because me now the National Secretary General of the APC, so therefore anything where the APC comes from, go well the country, I will just take them who like and sink and say let we go. And that is what most politicians are doing. And that is dangerous for this country. And so we, they say, we engage with Peace Commission, then come, we tell them, say, una come. But we hope, say, not to dialogue initially. And they agree, say, they not come for dialogue. It was clear, it's on in the minute. It's there, you know, say they not come for dialogue. So we say, okay, well, what you una come for? Say, we come for can yeri on your side. We say, but una do yeri am, all over the place. They say, yes, but we want for yeri am from the horse's mouth. So we tell them. They say, okay, we don't get her now. We go get on to una. So then get on to, we say, well, they want for open up a dialogue. We tell them, say, we don't get problem. They want to open up negotiations. We say, no problem. We're going to carry on. But we want the process for be truthful, for be straightforward. And we don't want any yuki business or underhand gain for them and the whole thing. If somebody they come for negotiate, let we all go with open mind and open heart. And be prepared for accept the truth. Because that is where it starts. And so, overall, we be not say we not believe any national player, not Peace Commission, not Interreligious Council, not other person. Not to say we disrespect them, but because we feel, say, when they for take stand, when you for call black, for example, when they attack the APC agents them at the southeast, for letting not even man pulling station at all. You people may not even know that. You may have received or got that kind of information, but you don't know the detail of it. Majority in Abond, them beat all the majority of the polling agents. Why this country go descend to that kind? If you want to win election, let everybody there, all money agents there, you win the election.
The meeting I wanna get, you know, a team travel from the Commonwealth, ECOWAS, and the Independent Commission. You say not to dialogue.
Then call them pre-assessment engagement. That's what they call it.
Waiting, has there been any progress? Is it something I think say worthwhile, or una just get into them because they request for them?
Now, before we continue, I think it will be very, very, for what it's worth. Sometimes, even if you let post, you know, let come, but if you do something, you get for acclaimment. I want to give some kudos to the Peace Commission, because we're not being trust them, even though we still watch out and they proceed. But they don't really do a kind of good job so far, in the sense that they try to engage with them, no say we don't want to talk to them, they don't want them for, you know, be the people level for broker any peace, but to want international, so then go ahead and get international engagement. So for answer your question, we see some light, you know, on the path of the road where they go. We not reach it, but we see some light, in the sense that the Commonwealth don't come do pre-assessment, and we expect, say, the other key players, them such as the AU and the ECOWAS, they all will be involved and the talk will therefore happen, and the Peace Commission don't ask we for certain details, so don't forward to them. You know, that's progress. You know, for what it's worth, you have to accept. So we don't forward to them. They ask we the issues, we don't submit them. Commonwealth before they come, then tell we say, well, we want to get the issues then before they come, which is, I mean, sensible for somebody for don't know waiting they come it, now they gone waiting, then ask from we own side, and the other side they want to know all the issues them, so that they go able to, you know, get an informed opinion before then they come. So all these things don't go on, and we don't submit to Peace Commission. They ask we for submit tentative dates, you know, so we forward them to them, and we don't do all them things, then they back and forth, and so far we just wait now for the delegation for come eventually, but we also want for admonish the Peace Commission that if you the broker peace, there are certain statements you can't make. I hope you now understand. If you make a certain statement that goes towards one party, where you can make peace for, or where you want to engage, because we say we want, then just they as like a forerunner, you know, just set the stage, because they are not really doing but they are doing a lot of work, you know. So, but if then they make certain statements here and there, where we don't call, I don't call name now, you know, because I have to be professional, because we don't report to the necessary authority, say this is the kind of statements, it not go well. If you try for engage or, you know, organize anything, you know, for say something against somebody, we deal with the very crux of the matter, you know. as if the person, you know, a person with this or you get one match, you know, then thing and they. I mean, it doesn't make.
Like the Peace Commission and press release at the end of the meeting, we say communique on preliminary engagement on mediation dialogue between the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party. One paragraph say these preliminary engagements are to be part of a broader framework for a mediated dialogue between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress Party on the emerging issues following the June 2023 general election. What's in the framework? What's in the thing we want dialogue on? Because after the election, your request has been ECSL should publish the result. What's in the dialogue? What's in this thing on the dialogue about?
Mr. Barr, I can tell you a good number of Sierra Leoneans are in the dark as to really waiting at the real story of the 24th June elections. And so when the APC talk, say this 24th June election is not free and fair, the tabulation of the results, you know, are skewed and, you know, reflective of the wishes of the people. A good number of people go and say, oh, the APC, they cry foul, oh, APC, they cry foul because of the opposition. But are we saying anything different from the international community? Is the APC saying anything different from local observers such as NEW? We are not. And this is what the people should listen to, even the one on the other side. Even if you are SLPP, you listen to reasoning, good reasoning. Say, then people are now then one grain number, if now APC one grain number they talk this, then we go say, but not to them one grain number, all man will observe the election, they talk, except for ECSL, we just jump the result pan Sierra Leoneans. And this is a dangerous precedent, Lamana. You know, it's a dangerous precedent. And a precedent where for me, what I am doing now has nothing to do with APC, you know, I mean, gaining upper hand, or APC coming to power, or SLPP, you know, being removed, or Samura Kamara must be president, power, or Madabio for God. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with a matter of principle and policy, and for us to save the democratic culture in Sierra Leone. We don't build a democratic culture where elections, no elections, no 100%, by the way, not 100%. But overall, let everybody say, okay, we get small skirmishes there, but then skirmishes they don't go affect the result at all. Fairly the result, the election are free and fair. This is what we're saying. And if results are announced even before polling station send in their results, then are we supposed to just laugh it off like that and jubilate and clap, say hooray, you know, hip 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 hooray, just like that? No, we not for do am. This is not my own problem. Tomorrow Lamrana go be you Pekin, or maybe tomorrow na you. I mean, you are a young man. I mean, my sister, what's the Sonia, eh? Sonia is a young lady. Tomorrow people go let come say Sonia or Lamrana, I want for me to contest for presidency. Then when I win, somebody just take on like that. Say because. So
are you saying when I win the election?
We won. Yes, we won.
So what's in the dialogue? That is what. This is your position. What's in the dialogue? Is it firstly una one dialogue? The result say okay with this once or this with the take. What's in the dialogue? What's in one dialogue about?
Lamana, I know say as journalists. Investigative journalists, however you put them, you know, he left for take everything out of somebody in Bel Air. When I get that way of doing for pull all thing a person in Bel Air. What I go say is this. I know we can give waiting the tactics or we roadmap of we strategy now. But me can say to you, anything for any dialogue for go before begin with the two. And I think say if fair or maybe two result of the election be put on the table. The international community get them, NEW get them, we get them. Let the two results be on the table. Not waiting anybody can just one talk like that. When the two results on the table, then we begin from there. And we'll go further than that. But if the two result is on the table, where we bring we RF, we get we RF reforms then. We don't know if CSL still get the RF reform. you know, but we get the one the way all the agent them side, we get where it from them. So if we put the actual result on the table, then we take them up from there. And as I said, I can talk to some people then. Even the president Bio himself, you know, the other day somebody, I think they discussed now one radio station, and Imran Sila, they say, hey, but I'm glad you accept him, you call him President Bio. Once a president, you always refer President Kabate died and they call him President Kaba, you understand? If His Excellency and his back, the President calls His Excellency, you know. So it doesn't mean if I tell him, say President Kouame, I accept the result. And you also get the false assertion, say because the American ambassador say, okay, he accepts, say President Bio is the president, but then get problem with the result. And I say, look, you don't understand. Even a military regime, you have to understand, say, that military regime is the ruler of that country. It does not mean he is legal. I hope you understand. But you have to accept, say, de facto, he is the head, taking control of things.
Are you saying the APC is not recognizing President Bio as
no, for now, yes, for now, because we're challenging the results, and we've always challenged the results.
So he's not your president?
No, for now, and listen to this. I mean, you get, I think there is something in politics known as de facto ruler and a de jure ruler. De facto, now the reality on the ground. The reality on the ground is that you don't get a result, we don't assert him as president. That means de facto reality is there. But the jury, we don't accept and do jury. You know, other people can accept and do jury, but the APC not accept and do jury, as the international community not accept and do jury. You know, which means legally, as per se, the proper procedure for you to become what you say you are has not been followed, or the proper procedure has been breached. So therefore, the jury, I mean, you cannot be accepted. Maybe other people can accept, but we not accept the jury. De facto, he's still there, you know, so that we can't deny. If I deny it, I'm a fool. I hope you understand what I mean. But the jury, we do not accept him as the president. Okay,
so of course, due to the fact that our demands, they were not met, so there were several dissatisfaction. I will say we be lead the party for boycott parliament. Although we get two who decide for actually take seats in parliament, we meant to understand, say, the APC don't set up a disciplinary committee and all these things, and don't call for Honorable Bangoa and that of Thompson. Probably go on for no, waiting at the action. What's the whole investigation or committee about?
Well, as you see the charge sheet, they're out there, you know, it's self-explanatory. It's sad when something happened to you as an institution, like when you do una AYV, una get rules and regulations. If you can't work late, or if you say, then say, okay, you know, for go do any show na any other radio station, to go do a show na any other radio station, because there are people and say, waiting Thompson and you know, big people, they can take fly for embellished thing. Say waiting Thompson and Mame Bangura go do na legal thing, not to illegal thing, not to criminal. You understand what I mean? The fact say you go do show na another TV station, it's not illegal. It's not a criminal act, but it is something that is forbidden by this institution. I hope you understand what I mean. So if we say to save democracy, and people must understand, we do this for save democracy, save the soul of the nation. Now people go look at us, if you do SLP, people go say, waiting APC they do and all the rest of it. It might benefit you tomorrow, it might benefit the AYB tomorrow, it might benefit you, Sonia, Lamra now, any other person tomorrow. What we are doing is for the entire nation. So waiting we don't do, I mean, this not a thing like I say, now we just wake up one morning and say we set up a disciplinary committee. No, it is now something was set up by the Constitution, you know, already by the 2002 Constitution where the party get. He already did the disciplinary committee. So, and you get the people away for day. Not only like I say, they can just say no more think of any number, because they say one person for come out from the National Young Congress, another person from the Women's Congress, another one from the Veteran Congress, another one from the Executive National Executive Committee, another one from the Elders Council, and then you get the National Legal Advisor is a member automatically once he's elected as the legal advisor. The Imam, once he's elected as the Imam, automatically he's there. The chaplain the reverend. As long as you are elected as the chaplain, automatically that. So the people are clearly defined. Not to say we go for go begin scam, we begin go think say we want Lamgana because now go do justice for we, you know. So they don't constitute them. So let them carry on with their job. So, me not go comment on their job. Me not go want prejudice their job. Let them carry on with their job. If they find them guilty, fine. They don't find them guilty,
so
fine.
Well, that's what we want for now. What if found guilty? Does that mean they will be expelled from the party and all this, especially if they say they already take them seats in our parliament?
You get, you see again, you see the beauty about a constitution is that it is set the groundwork and set the criteria under which a particular institution for operate. The constitution don't set all the issues them. Where if they find you guilty of this, now so that probably the punishment. If they find you guilty of this, now so for so it didn't the constitution, the APC constitution. So not a thing where sometimes you say you the manufacturer. Sometimes they think it range from expulsion, suspension, and other things. You know, the category they, you know, by which you do. But you get the maximum penalty, now expulsion, and then you get suspension. You get for number of years or so, as the case may be. Then you get other remedies. Them.
So that means that
available.
You know, with all this going on, it clearly they try for say there is no way that they even consider for try for shift from our position in terms of the boycott in the parliament.
No, for now we are not shifting from our position. We, as I say, we open to the dialogue, and by waiting, we see from the dialogue. If I see, say, Sonia, you really come at the table, you don't accept the fact, and I see, say, not only accepting the fact, you see, say, okay, I don't accept the fact. This is the way we move forward, you know, for save the soul of the. Because
fact in what sense? What are you referring to as the fact?
No. For say yes, this election, they're not supposed to pronounce President Bio as president for the 2023 elections, 24th June elections.
Do you think such will ever happen?
Well, we don't know. That is why we are going there with an open mind. And let me, Sonia, you see, Sonia, not to say if such a thing will ever happen. It has to. Everybody is saying the same thing as the APC. Sonia, if now we know what in the same, this thing for don't go away. You know, you agree with me. Not so Lamgana. If now one girl, if now,
but the president said, President Bio say, even the election, very recently, na US,
yeah.
say,
you expect
everybody saying, but you're all politicians. You're saying it didn't win, and he's saying he won the election.
But Lamgana, I am not saying. What I am, I know that will make you accept what me say. Madabio is the only one in party where they say they win. None of the international community or observers will come, no accept that. And even the national observers no accept that. Isn't it something?
No, but they've not outrightly said it didn't win the election. Their concern was the tabulation, the process of the election. And recently the president said...
But you see new in last press release, what he says.
Recently the president said in the US, say, even the US government... That's come for stop the.
But that is not true. That is not true. I can say it clearly here.
That is what
I don't. That is not true.
So you say the president wasn't saying the
No. That is they cannot. How did Corner in the first place push ahead and announce results like that and say Madabio win? Let me say this to you, Lamgana. If I mean the APC normal, they say that. You know, for be a million lands and Dumbuya, me talk and then thing there. You understand? But I want me to know say the data they want on the site, so the international observers knew, then go forward for say the election for don't go to a runoff. So straight away tell you say no win. At first ballot, it's simple. You don't need for because the constitution give criteria where you for win. If you go into second ballot, means you know win anyway. So I don't need for tell you that.
As part of the dialogue on at the gates, is the APC calling for a rerun of this election? That has been some of the things you members and supporters are putting out there on social media and saying. Is that the agenda you are setting?
We don't always. If you look, we press statements immediately after I think it was the 30th of 30th of June or so. We make them clearly. We points them. We talk about the judiciary. We talk about the police. We talk about. You remember And then we give points them which we want. We want certain people them where we not trust because they're involved in the process and they aid in the process. And then we also go on to say we want the actual result to be on the table and then for there to be a rerun. It was clear because everybody says that. Not so we no more say that. You understand? Everybody says that. We result show something where we're going to be very surprised when we publish we result, when we see them. And the entire world will be surprised.
You promised me the last time say when they publish the
yes, the reason why we're not being published the results, I tell you that it's a matter of strategy again. We realize at that particular point in time, ECSL don't remove the own result from the website. You are aware of that. I mean, this is not a thing. You don't go put result, they jump and come out, they want people and take notice, say this is wrong, this is wrong. A result, not forget that kind of contamination, serious contamination. Then remove them. So what we notice that we want for publish result at a time where we no go get any dilution from anywhere whatsoever. We want to get them, we get we RF forms them for back each and every result we get we RF forms them for back and on. Save for like the bond, you know, even the bond we get some results, you know, because we able to get the RF forms them, they're gonna be very surprised how we get the RF forms them. We get Kailan RF forms them, we get Bo RF forms them, even though they try for big, you know, Lamwana, this election, you remember when I've been see the clips and the photos them and the video clips them. You the chap people in your head because of election and you fumble. You the chap on your head, the other man then check him from in chest na te to in waiting and call in belly, check him for elections. So because you want to be agent for APC. What if we had done all that same thing in Freetown? We had done the same thing in the north. This country will descend to chaos. But one for show people and say the APC is a very responsible party and we get this country at heart. So we'll treat the country with respect and we'll treat everybody we're involved in the entire electoral process with respect. But we're not going to allow the democracy to be tainted.
Let me read quickly. There was a story published recently by Calabash newspaper. I say a very reliable source within the hierarchy of the All People's Congress APC has informed the Calabash newspaper that everything is set for the dialogue between the All People's Congress and the government and they're about to return to parliament. You want to clarify this one? You know, as much as on the dialogue.
I'm so happy when you read that. I Verify called me yesterday. I know you know I Verify.
Yeah, sure.
Then called me yesterday on this thing. You know, I know being look up yet. But I Verify called me. As he called me, so when he talk, I said no, that's a big lie. That's big lie. It's just a narrative for contaminate the story. As people like try for be dubious, you know, try for be dubious. If you want for your newspaper for sale, come to the actual source. Come to the National Secretary General. Or the executive of the party and ask, and then you cut the executive of the party. If you can't interview me, like from now, so where I don't come to the station, oh now I'm cut now, they cut me directly. I don't go say no, I don't go lie, say, oh I not been tell Lamgana, so I not been tell Sonia, so no, I go own up to them. This waiting the policy right now Calabash is untrue. You want for selling paper, fine. So I don't get problem with that.
So what end, you know, is the APC holding on to this? If una demands and omit una need return to governance at all.
Lamgana, I'm not gonna make any clear statement now. Yeah. And sometimes when you make a statement, it can tell like I say, but we will know dialogue and negotiation. You can tell like I say this person, he don't go with a preconceived mind. Say, I know they accept anything at all, they go no more for go candidate. And I hope say the SLPP go. Similarly, I mean the government, we not get problem with SLPP. The government, similarly so, go without minding. We don't want to take any position now. We want to go to the dialogue with a clean mind.
But you have a position now. You're not participating in governance.
No, yes, we're not participating in governance.
Yeah.
But we want to go see all the cards on the table. Dialogue or negotiation are biscuit. Usa you burn them not today they broke. You know now Baku biscuits them. No, they won't talk biscuit. They will talk about natco biscuit. You know natco biscuit where you get today. We broke them. They waiting and calling several pieces. You know. So we want to go with open mind. We don't want to make any statement like I say, oh the APC now want to go talk anything, or the APC just want to go no more for go create trouble. We don't go with open mind. We get with position. And before we go to that position, they say we not they go to governance. As I say, let we get the truth on the table first. Let we get the truth.
What is the truth? Is it what's
the
the
truth,
APC wants? The Unayo results say
no, not a real result. If they want to take...
but ECSL said they don't publish the result. It's on their website.
The result will then publish you, so you don't see.
But now the APC result, now the facts, now that's what
they say. Let me say this to you. I mean, playing the devil's advocate. Just for proper reasoning. Just for proper reasoning. Let's assume you say you throw APC result out, say no, because they argue, say now win, okay, we don't see the reform, we don't see the validity, but out. You look the government saying, okay, we say this na negotiation, we throw your results out, what do? We take the international observers, independent arbiter, let the result in at the table. That is how fair we are ready to go. That is how fair we're ready to go, to make sure that this country taking right path, taking right direction. That is how fair we're ready to go.
Is the APC at a point where we know, believe, say Leonians or institutions within the country can mediate in whatever situation we are in? We don't get to that point where we not believe anybody again or any institution again? Because repeatedly you've been talking about independent institution for mediate and all of that.
Yeah, you see, Lamrana, in any institution, even at AYV Naya, if they ask you for, if something they happen, amongst the staff the Naya, something they happen, then you tell one party say, or you see don't they? The party they tell you say, hey, you see, so person they knock me, you see they pull blood for me, they talk, you Lamrana, you team up there, you see the blood. Then they say, me no see, I no see. You don't see or you say I no see. Then, Lamrana, you not a proper person for go talk peace between them two people and that person they not go agree for like talk peace between them. This is the problem we have in Sierra Leone. We really want for trust in institutions in Sierra Leone. The APC don't work with institutions for quite a very long time. It's not to the institution themselves per se, we don't get problem. Now, mortal man demand the institutions then. And the kind of people them where demand the institution and can be the people them can be the problems then. So during all them process here, nobody knows say, hey, why then they attack the APC people them at the southeast? Why then they prevent the agents enough for going at the southeast? Why the results are announced this way? Why they not do district certification of the results so that like how all it can be? Why then stop IRN and other radio stations and even in AYV Trade when they give result by pulling station because when I get people and they feed on a result? Why then for disallow that? Why then for say people enough for give result na radio? It has always been the culture in Sierra Leone, So, but again, that's not the topic for here. But I'm just.
Is it about either APC win or there is nothing else?
Again, I think I don't say that before, but I think you will make a reiterate.
You say you don't want to say
not to say Power Papa's APC win or Power Papa's SLPP stay. The point is, Lamrana, when we go to the table for negotiate, let we be open out. Let we accept the fact. Say this is the position. And then from there where you don't accept the position, the APC will talk how to move forward, then we'll talk how to move forward. But until we accept the truth, any dialogue where they go to, any palaver, if somebody don't accept the truth, that palaver they know they make.
So the truth is, in my own estimation, is the government accepting that the president did win the election. That is the only truth.
Yes, at first ballot, he didn't. At first ballot, yes.
And
that is what everybody is saying.
That is so. If that not happen, on another accept dialogue, or another move beyond that.
Well, Lamrana, I think I don't give you my basis. Say, if they not accept the fact, the truth from the very beginning, then it's going to be very difficult. I'm not going to say to you what the APC is going to do now, because we act as a family and we act together as a body. But for me personally, I can say to you, it's going to be very, very, very difficult. And the APC not to any party we can just toss around like that, we can toss around. I mean, we get a very, very, I can say this without any reservation, the APC is the biggest political party in this country. You may agree with me, you may disagree with me. I'm not saying you now, anybody way there out there. You may agree, you may disagree. But I think If we put the figures them on the ground, it will show, because the APC care for this country, and we, the APC, in a grassroots party, we care for the people of this country. For example, look at the way the economy has been for just over 5 years. It has never been before. When Tijan Kaba left power in 2007, fuel been there 4,000 leons. And in 10 years, it only rise by 2,000. And that 2,000, they said, it go by trenches, small. When it goes 6,000, everybody in this country cry out. From 6,000 leons, where the APC left them, now 30,000 leons. How can you account for that? Just 5 years.
Is the party under pressure on them on a position there? You know, you get people in the diaspora where they make deals, where they call for protests, say because of the same position one gets about the result, that their own same position and calling for protests, people sit at home and it affects the economy and well-being, picking for go school and people and work as well. Is the APC concerned about this, or is it that this on a position una not worry say they affect on a grassroots and they move with them and they affect the well-being of the country?
Well, make I say this to you, because the APC in a grassroots party, you will be very surprised. We not only take the decision of a go parliament, so the grassroots and then force that we say no, this one you can't go to parliament, you can't involve in this kind of governance. And waiting until we they say okay, they say if somebody they say this thing I get all thing left and gear. You understand? Left and gear. We know so not to so it be. Now so we grassroots
provide leadership. If the grassroots concern, una for able provide.
Yeah, I can tell you the leadership is what we are providing. It does not mean because we accept them position, mean we think say they're right or wrong. Or we think say in this particular scenario, we think say the people of this country correct. The one that we vote we in. And the electorate now with bank account. And especially USA, we think, say, we feel strongly, say, the electorate are right in, you know, taking a particular decision until we say, this is not the decision we forgo. Before that, we don't take the decision. Before we don't take the decision, we grapple how for Passamon, the electorate comes say, this is the decision. So we say, thank God, we've been vindicated. You know, our decision, you know, don't be endorsed by the people. You know, we vote we into office. So we vote the people into office. Also, we campaign for we and we go vote.
So does that mean we support whoever they call for protests? Say, people will not come out until they announce the result? Because publicly, you know, there was a statement we go around. Later, the party deny and say no, it's not from you. Like coming out and say no, we don't support this. We don't think people should protest.
I will tell you this. The leader, Dr. Samuel Kamara, not believe in anything where they towards violence. Me personally, as the National Secretary General, in my own personal capacity as a human rights lawyer, well-groomed in human rights law, and get me master's, you know, in human rights law in 2002. I can tell you, say, me personally, you know, they cry any peaceful protest. I think I've been on Tokanaya over and over again. I don't deny Tokanaya. A peaceful protest is a fundamental human right of any people of any country. And even in Sierra Leone law, the right to protest was enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948. It was also enshrined in the International Covenant for Civil and Political Rights, I think 1966. The Covenant, 1966, and also in the African Charter for Human and People's Rights, and also in the Sierra Leone Constitution. You will be very surprised. The Sierra Leone Constitution borrow exactly what's in the International Covenant for Civil and Political Rights. So it did they say there is a right to protest. However, we have to be fair with people, and I get to be honest as a human rights lawyer, the protest has to be peaceful. And I get a lot of people, they say you therefore inform the police, and you don't have to inform the police. If I have to inform the police that I want to demonstrate, if Allah saying that the police want demonstrators against, then I inform the police. Is the police going to say yes?
So as an individual, do you support the call for protest?
I support the call for protest if it is peaceful. But the only thing where I can tell you, and I get to be honest, I know they come dilly-dally now, the APC not call for the protest. And, you know, somebody go forge my signature and do all kind of nonsense and all the rest of it. So we just put faith.
So what's wrong if the APC come out openly and say, no, we don't call for a protest, we're asking, and una make a statement like you always do, pull press release and make a statement. What's wrong with that?
No, as I say,
in instances like there where people and they call for protests.
As I tell you, my own stance is that the APC not call for a protest. We want for call for protest, so they call for protest. But that don't mean, say, personally, I don't know for the other members, you know, of me executive. Personally, as a human rights lawyer, and I always take them from there. Me think say I not the kick against any protest, but I kick against.
So is that making it difficult for you for come out with a statement as Secretary General of the party because you know the
party? Yes, the party not take a position for say that.
Okay.
I hope you understand. But personally, as a human rights lawyer,
so I want to clarify.
I support any protest that is peaceful.
I want to clarify.
I not support a very violent protest.
I want to clarify quickly. With all this way don't happen about call for protests where people and on the sit on house. We get police confirm say 2 persons die. The last time, September 11. Are you saying the APC...
You mean this last protest?
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Are you saying the APC not get a position, wait until they come out, say there's a call for protest, the party not they take position, or not take position on that yet, for come out and say, no, we are not supporting this is not what we want, especially we're waiting and people at the call for protest, align with una position about the elections and issues and from the elections?
Well, Lamgana, you see, in the fight for democracy, people we know to APC self can believe in a position. And I can assure you, even some people when are SLPP feel strongly about the elections, but they're not going to say them out. But they feel strongly about the way and manner where the results are announced. Because they believe that tomorrow it will affect them. Then picking them, then great can picking them, it will affect them. If not them picking them be president, you know, if the process not free and fair. Some SLPP person go also be very concerned about it. So other people are concerned about it. So the reason why we don't want for deal with other people them in a kind of a protest way, not to we for control them. You don't know waiting at the idea of certain people them. And we don't want like if the APC want for conduct protests, let somebody infiltrate can begin do some dubious thing and malign the APC. So when we do if we call for them, we call for them. If other person they call for them, we know they be involved in that.
If person they call for a way they align himself with you now, and they disassociate themselves from officially.
We think say nobody not associating himself with we. They're not saying that APC they demonstrate for. If they say they demonstrate for democracy, then in the cause of waiting them believe, it don't mean say they align themselves with APC. Maybe they believe in the same thing where the APC believe about the conduct of the elections.
They don't believe in waiting and they call for.
No. Listen. As I say personally, me as a lawyer, human rights lawyer, I believe say anybody can call for a protest, but it has to be peaceful. I've always said that. And you know, get for be violent. And also the protesters get for be responsible for no say, they get for take charge of the protest for make sure say they conduct them peacefully. And the police also, the police and the military. You see, they forget them silently. Also for make sure say they conduct themselves professionally. You know, mean say when people in the protest, me say they want for be violent. Sometimes if you left them protest, after a few hours, they don't go back now house, you don't disperse them, they don't tire, they don't go back now house. By the time you know it 1 day, 2 days, everybody forgets about the protest anyway. But if you go now begin attack people begin shoot people begin waiting and call people then you create a whole kind of narrative where they create an ugly situation where it can lead to so many things. As I say, where people die from protests, whether not protesters kill the person, whether not police kill the person, as per the last protest where been happen, we they sympathize and with the family of them people and they will die, and we they say it's unnecessary for let people die in a protest. You know, people not for die in a protest if the protest is peaceful.
Finally, before Sonia come in, on this call for protest by certain individuals on social media, the APC as a party not gets position on that yet?
The APC as a party not take any position on that yet. Okay. I can tell you, and I'm being honest with you. And for me personally, as a human rights lawyer, I don't tell you waiting on my position because that is what my discipline tells me, and I know the law relating to that. I know all the international convention, and I know it's in the Sierra Leone constitution. Although people can go back and go quote the 1965
Public
Order Act. How can you compare the 1965 Public Order Act with the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the grand norm of Sierra Leone? We don't say, you know, you get a right for this freedom of this, then you say you go compare with 1965 legislation. And that 1965 legislation, by the way, was a colonial legislation. Colonial legislation. That's what people are referring to, you know. It's sad. It's sad.
We'll continue with, because the Sierra Leoneans don't want to focus on way moving forward and on how for see way for shift from this position and try to see how go and try for say peace and cohesive. We'll get a cohesive nation. And because you don't rightly mention for say if the ruling government right now not accept to the fault, there is no way I would shift from one position. And in negotiation, some things you have to agree and some things you don't have to agree. But regardless, when I get from it at a happy medium for see how I get for move forward. Sierra Leoneans then go on for no. You don't make mention of grassroots, saying that grassroots supporters were the people who won't actually talk to before even taking such position, but making rightly and clearly say I don't believe in all grassroots supporters, because there are still people out there when IPC supporter we feel dissatisfied for the fact that they vote on our aim, but you guys are not participating in governance, and because of that whole issue doing all, it's creating chaos and all sort of things with the whole demonstration, because people are already done, people are picking them, and we want to see how they will move forward from that. So one, during for the dialogue way for happen, hopefully we don't know how soon or when, apart from the fact that, okay, if they not accept to all, probably they accept to some demands and try to see moving forward, which will be on our stance. Okay,
firstly, Sonia, I mean, I can't fault you. I mean, that is normal in life. For you for disagree with me, say not to all people. Similarly, so I disagree with you, say that is not true. All we people, when are APC people, we vote we in, they support we 100%. Depending on who that you ask and who that you talk to, where sometimes you give you the two picture.
But the layman no go support, because now they suffer. Usually now the poor people now they suffer the most. The
Sonia, you could be very surprised. Say the layman is the one who is dogmatic about this whole thing. You may be very surprised. And they hold a very firm position on that. But going forward, as I say, I mean, we can disagree and agree on certain things. But as I say, all we people there with we on this one. We get a situation where you talk about going to the dialogue. You see, Sonia, I have been tell you, say, where a person they go into dialogue, go there with an open heart, open mind, clean mind, and all the rest of it. If you say, you go there say, I mean, where they don't announce me so as president, that's not the happen, if or be power, now waiting and call, this go be, waiting and call, then you not go with open heart, you understand? Even as we they go, we they say, clearly, we get a position, but we know they say we get for be dogmatic about it. But we are saying we meet on at the middle of the road, middle of the road policy. That's what dialogue is all about. That's what negotiation is all about. You'll agree with me. So if you are saying this is your result, that other person say that's your result. Is there any other result? By a third independent arbiter. We are ready to accept that other result by a third independent arbiter. So if they are ready to accept, it means they're being reasonable and we are being reasonable. That is the middle of the road. But if nobody moves, we are ready to move position. But we are not ready to sell the soul of this nation simply because somebody is dogmatic about how he wants to do things. That is our problem. But let we all be open-minded and we move forward. The points about the investigation of Honorable Mohamed Bangura, my colleague mentioned earlier, he has been summoned. What's the difference between what Honorable Mohamed Bangura is doing and, the mayor-elect Yvonne Akisoya attending activities? Presently, she is in New York. Honorable Mohamed Bangura is there as well. What's the difference with participating in governance? Okay, now you see, Lamgana, I hope say the person will talk to me yesterday, not telling this, tell you for asking me the same question. Somebody called me yesterday, the same question that we had, but of course you're a journalist, so you must know the issues around. So I'm not going to fault you, but this same question, as I tell you the previous question, somebody asked me, then this same question back, how you ask as soon as the person asked me. And as this I say to them, we get quite a different day. We say we not work with the Salon government. That don't mean say we international obligation, we they shy away from we international obligation. We directly deal with international partners. Even during the election, we've been having dialogues with international partners here in Sierra Leone. We work as a party work. I go to the office every day and I do my party work. We collaborate, we do this, we do that, here and there. They go work in my office as National Secretary General. The other executive, then they go work. We work. But we say we not work with government. But international partners, we we not go jeopardize we relationship with international partners.
Okay.
It don't mean say we'll go answer
but
to
that's
the call.
part of governance responsibility.
No,
that is part of government representing the people as well.
No, I agree with you. But we say we not participate in any form of governance with this this government. We not say we not participate any form of in relations. We deal with international partners. If you look with press releases,
so it's safe for any of a member for work with for travel out of the country and represent.
No. If once you not deal with this government, you know, I mean, as part of this government entourage, or for example, we get certain people and we can call for going to certain workshops. Yeah. So we ask them. You know, who are the sponsor the workshop? With one of the independent people, waiting call some NGOs. You know, then say, okay, we are independent with then the sponsor and so people and the sponsor with the Irish Aid and all the rest of it and that. We say, how does it look like? When we get the program, we send the representative then they. You know, mean say we're not for Ribi Robo with Sierra Leoneans them. You know.
So is the APC giving up? You know, what could be serving the people here? You know, in Salon, working for them, even with the election disputes, rather than, you know, rub skin with international community and international forums. How that is more important than serving the people we elect to now.
As I tell you, wait till I conclude with, you look like I say, you listen the first part, you don't listen the end part. I say even here in Sierra Leone, with a really big rubber, with certain
but you say if a government sponsors fund them,
yes, if a government, but we don't the really big rubber and salon. We go meet people, we talk to them, we engage people. We're doing our work as Sierra Leonean. We're engaging people in the country, but we want to make them know we position and then accept the position and then vilify with them, vindicate we on all what we they do, and we're assured of we stand so they take.
In all of this, they accept. Not to every other Sierra Leonean APC or SLPP. There are Sierra Leoneans who are Sierra Leoneans who perhaps just vote for APC or vote for SLPP. And when they think about that and the well-being of this nation.
Okay, I will tell you one thing now. Not to all things intended for pull na door. I don't will tell you the person's name. Right after the elections, somebody called me. I don't ever know him before. I don't know, so I get me number. I say, hey, you not sabi me. He said, but I found your number. Somebody give me your number. I call you. He say, me, not to APC, me not to SLPP, I don't get interest in politics. He say, but this way how this election run. He said, this stand on take, una olam, una team up day. He say, because una get now, una no more, therefore save the soul of this country. What can be so, assuring than that? Somebody calling me, chill, run on my spine and say, you know, after all, not only APC people, not only the people that will go vote for me, even somebody who is interested in politics for the first time, you know, and they come out and say, in fact, you guys are doing the right thing because now for save the soul of the country.
Quiet we no get contact to you. We go think say no. APC should go to parliament and be part of government.
Well, as I say, it not get to me. Well and good, but the one that where they get to we, where with the Yaribot, na the nooks and corners, na the Lily Granat place and the Lily small place there where they can gather them market the other side and this that. And they tell we say we're not the majority of the people. I agree, Sonia. I agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. You know me saying 100% go say, but when they say the majority of the people, and you don't joke with the majority of the people, and that is what we're not joking with.
So of course, I'm back to Honorable Bango and that of Thompson. If expelled, definitely not could get for notify the speaker and things like that. And we don't know how to take part or how to say even dialogue with any of these people because we not trust the system and all this sort of things. And what will be the action moving forward from there?
You see, clearly, this parliament, unlike the last parliament, now proportional representation. I came here the other day. I think. Now my colleague be interview me about the PR system. The PR system is all about political party, not about an individual. Go read the books. Go read the books. It's all about the political party being represented in parliament. And the political party, then they direct who that for going to parliament. So if the political party say they don't want somebody in a parliament, according to the constitution, and because you know no longer in the political party, all what you need for do, in fact, the speaker no need for say no or yes, according to the constitution. You know, now we no more people and they tamper with this constitution. The speaker don't even need for argue with APC. We only need for notify them. Now in the constitution, notify. You know, say for look into them, begin assess and begin say no, yes. Now notify no more. Say this person not in a APC again, then is out of parliament. As long as you're not in the party again, you're out of parliament. That's what the constitution says. All people like they joke with the constitution, they play around. Well, let them try. Okay.
So as we try for you know conclude with this conversation, the people of Sierra Leone go one for no, you know. Who side this they take we as a nation? Una position, you don't repeatedly say, una go ready for dialogue if the 2 day and move ahead. But waiting go forbid a hope. You know, the country, there are a lot of things hanging on the nation, you know, the call for protest, APC not participating, una don't summon Honorable Mohamed Bango and Honorable Thompson as well. Waiting the hope of this nation, with all of this happening.
The hope of this nation is this. During the negotiations, the APC go want the entire nation for follow-up with the process because we want to be open-minded with the nation and let the nation see our own point of view, whether we are being dogmatic, whether we are being unreasonable. We want the entire nation for see what they happen, follow up how it happen. And we believe, say, if we all go on at the table with a good conscience to save this country, it is my hope that the country will get a different trajectory and we go move in a direction where go be good for this country. And I ask the people of this country for let we all be hopeful. Let we all not go into any pessimistic idea for now until we see say certain people and decide not for do the right thing in the negotiation. Let we all get an open mind and let the people be hopeful. Say the APC, I don't know for the other side, but the APC want the people to know say we negotiate in the best interest and one for let them hopeful say the APC go seek their interest and want the people for deal with we and for follow the process. Till to the end for let them know say the APC not go for Puel Salon at the negotiation, but for make Salon and for let the people now this country safe feel fine and feel free for do them business once again. Because the country is at a crossroads, and those roads are many and different, going in different directions, and they seems to be very dangerous these days. And we have to make sure that we come back to the safe path.
Should you be held responsible as politicians of this nation if this thing continue for as long as una want to continue?
Well, I will tell the people and say the one them way. Now I make we say one for let be an open process. Because if you dey closed door, people will go and can't tell any kind of story where they want to talk. I hope you understand. Talk any kind of story where they want to talk. Now public then go say something like APC, something like that. Now let people and follow the process so that they know say, oh, na Lamra na we na presenter, big journalist, na Salon, na irresponsible Sonia or na lawyer Dumbuya, na irresponsible or na Mr. John, Mr. X or Y or so, na irresponsible. So let us make an open. And anybody where the people and see say na then dogmatic, na then really no one for let the country go before, the people should hold those people responsible.
President Bio openly, you know, repeatedly don't call for dialogue, call on the APC, say, let we come and dialogue, let's say, don't move this country go before. They don't set up the review committee. Una not think say that is progress, is accepting that there are things to discuss, there is need for dialogue. Una not go take that call there and sit down with them. What's making it difficult for una for sit down with the government or the president? For?
Okay, Lamana, this I will take just a brief because you see, anything in this world, it gets a history. A call for a dialogue is fine. Just for him calling for a dialogue is something that we all for acknowledge. Say you don't call for dialogue. However, when you call for dialogue, now you the person where now one of the key players, one of the people where the banter, you know, with the other party, now you for set the ground wall, now you for set the ground rules, now you for set the panel. Come on, Lamrana. You know, go set the panel. You can't set it. If you want a dialogue, approach the other person. You want a dialogue. Let us set the panel together.
But he said the APC will be part of this.
No. It's not only saying, but if you don't already choose the person, wait for chair, you say, now this for chair. No, you don't do that. As somebody with a banter head with the other, you know that, Lamgana, you know that is the fact. You leave it, come and say, okay, this is the, let's move forward. If we're moving forward, how do we set this panel? Everybody give you a suggestion. But if you don't already begin set the panel, and this time happen, from the election, go out, to printing of the ballot papers. Initially, when the APC in power, for printing of the ballot papers, you know, and the ID cards, the voter ID card, all the political parties that are involved. All they involved. In each a time where even there was a time where I think now Safar J Blood then fly all the way, go abroad for go see that print them, how them print them, and all the guys. Which other political parties then? It never happened this time. So you don't take single-handedly for set something because you want them for go the way you want. If you want a fair process, let us come together and form it together. That's how we move forward, so that we all trust the process, because now we all form the process. But if now you form them, you know, when I'm here you get issues that you form them, how can I trust that process? You know, even somebody will not go to school, or a lame man, na the village, not go accept that position there.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Lawyer Lansana Doumbouya, the National Secretary General of the main opposition, the APC. Thanks for your time. Yeah. I appreciate that you accept the invitation, and hopefully, as the issues and they continue, we'll continue to engage you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.